Guys, welcome to Witchcraftin. Today I am showing you how, or kind of walking you through how I made some dragon eggs. I know that with Ostara coming up, and everyone is going to be doing crafts with eggs, and I wanted to do a little bit of a different take on egg. You see 3 here that I've already done. I just simply used some of the plastic Easter eggs, and this one. What is going on? Why is it not focusing? Crazy. I took this one and I did the tissue paper technique that I showed you before. And then I just did the hot glue around, around it. And then I painted it. And then I wiped the paint off where the hot glue is. And, it's not my favorite, but I do kind of like how it turned out. This one here, I took and sanded down the plastic egg, and then I took bits of, I painted it first, and then like the textured areas that you see, that, believe it or not, is actually toilet paper. I dipped toilet paper in wet paint, and then, bits of it stuck to the egg because, of the wet paint. And then, I painted over it some more once it was dry. And then this one is just the tissue paper technique, just painted, kind of bronzed and antiqued. As you can see, there's my paint that I used. Metallic paint works best when doing dragon eggs. I love how this one with the toilet paper turned out. It's pretty awesome. And then I'm doing one polymer clay. And I will show you that one when I am done. So I will be back, with steps. This is going to take me a while because I didn't think it through completely. I put the clay on the egg, then baked the clay, and I had planned to sculpt it without thinking. So now I've got little dots that I'm doing. So it's going to take me a while to do that. So I may redo this one. I can't speak today. It is 4 a.m. and forgive me. So I may redo the polymer clay since I still have a couple eggs left. And I'll come back and show you that. So I'll be back. As you can see here, I have some clay conditioned and ready to be put on the egg. I've got some liquid polymer to hold the clay to the egg. And once I get this completely covered, I'll be back to show you the next step. So as you can see here, my egg is partially covered and looking a little rough right now, but we will smooth that out. I'm going to finish putting the rest of the clay on it, and I will be back. Okay, something I want to show you, my egg is still kind of rough, but I want to show you. See that crack right there? That's where the 2 bits of the egg go together. I glued that shut, but I didn't have the proper kind of plastic glue. But anyway, if you try this, it's okay that crack is there, because the more you work with the polymer clay, the softer it's going to get. And once you start putting your bits and baubles on, eventually that crack will be covered. But, be careful how you hold it. It may still continue to pop apart on you while you're working with it. But I just wanted to show you that tip. So once I get this all smoothed out, and I'll be back to show you, when I start sculpting. Okay, now that I have my egg all covered and as smooth as it's going to get, it still looks a little bumpy, but once I start sculpting, that will, not be noticeable. So, I will be back to show you my sculpting tools. And here they are. Yes, nothing fancy, just cake decorating tips that I put on my finger and start pressing into the egg. Which this, if you've ever seen my dragon's eyes, yes, these are my secret tools that I use on those to make the scales. But they make great scales, and I don't have to roll up those little balls and press them all over, which takes time to do. This is much quicker and faster. And so I'm going to start sculpting and I'll be back. Right, so you can see that I've started, adding texture to my egg. And I just have a couple different sizes of the cake decorating tips. And, you continue on with it like this. And I'll probably add some bits and baubles, just some other stuff to this to give it a little more interesting texture. And so I'll be back. Okay, now as you can see, I have my egg all finished with the scales. Now it's time to start adding my jewels and bits and baubles to it to make it a little more interesting. So I'll be back once that's done. Okay, so now it is decorated and ready to be popped in the oven. And I will bake it at probably 230 degrees for about 20 minutes or so. And then once it's all baked, I will be back to show you my actual finished egg. As you can see, I just took vines, rolled out some clay to look like vines, and then added some leaves and put some little barnacles on there is what I like to call them, which are just simply circles. But, I'm quite pleased with how it looks. But anyway, now that I have my egg baked, and I'm going to, going to antique it a little bit with some black paint, and I will be back to show you that. So you can see that I have brushed on some black paint, and now I am just going to simply wipe it off, and when I do that, it'll look like this side. It has darkened it a bit, you can see, and we'll continue to do this on the whole egg, and I'll be back. Alright, so now she is all antiqued, and I can either leave it as is, or, buff it and add some color to it. But I think I like it just the way it is. So there you have, instead of doing, your everyday Easter or Ostara egg, why not make a dragon's egg? Just a fun little change for Ostara. And you could make bunch of these eggs and do as elemental eggs, do one for each color of the 4 directions, which I think would be pretty awesome. I know I just might do that. But anyway, there you have a polymer clay dragon's egg and some other different takes on the just like I showed you earlier, some paint and hot glue and tissue paper. The other one, where you stare at my craft, is the egg that I sanded, then painted, and then just to give it texture, put toilet paper on it, and then repainted it. I really like the looks of these different eggs. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.